Hello, 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 hello. All right, let's get to it. So today we're gonna start making moves. Today we're gonna start by doing a video. So I have the script here. It's gonna be an introduction to this whole project of GTM Labs.io, who I am, my journey, and so you're gonna see me record it and maybe even chop it up. So, yeah. But before that, I'll make some coffee because I know I'm gonna start getting thirsty. So I'm gonna share my screen now, which is that's not it. Cool, cool. And then I'm gonna. Cool, cool. So I'm in Argentina right now, and I have the strongest urge to go. Well, I finished my bottle of alcohol. I feel like going to go buy some alcohol right now. Can go into a club that's like across the street and just making a bunch of friends and seeing what happens. I'm used to like going to clubs by myself, I mean, I did this when I was like 20 years old, dude. When I was 20 years old, I used to go to Hollywood. There was a gay club called Rage in West Hollywood, and on Thursdays they would let it was 18 and plus. So I used to go there when I was 20, and then when I was 21, I still used to go there, but now on Fridays and Saturdays to Rage by myself. And then I started going to other clubs like LA Exchange. So I'm a little stranger to going by myself. And the thing is like it's so much. I think it's so much easier here because like I'm peacocking in a way because the reason why is because I'm a foreigner and I speak English and someone that's speaking English here in Latin America, English is currency. And when you can speak Spanish and they can tell that you're from a different country, they always ask like, "So de dónde eres?" Which is like, "Where are you from?" And they say, you can have them guess, right? Like, "Oh, where do you think I am?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." They really don't know. They'll be like, "Oh, Brazil," or they'll say like, "Are you from like Brazil, Venezuela?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm from here. I was born here in Argentina," but with a heavy accent, right? They're like, "You really?" And like they're trying to be polite about it. And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm from California, from Gringolandia," and so it's always funny to mess around with people. um, but yeah, it's currency because it gets your foot in the door in a lot of situations, and people have a lot more understanding. I guess they have more of a, they're more receptive to. Well, that's why I feel like maybe they're just like that all the time. But yeah, okay. So let's go through the script. I actually have All right, so we don't need this right now. We have we have this. So, oh, actually, no. There's a new script. So here's the first script. Hi, I'm Giovanni. Today I'm going to be taking you on a journey from my days selling water filtration systems, door to door, to traveling the world, to founding gtmlabs.io. So let's dive right in. Then it's, my introduction to marketing, dropshipping. Yeah, I don't feel like this is the right one. Here's another one. Hear the boca? Hey there, I'm Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional jobs, working on this laptop and interacting with people, I feel like a script is just so, I don't know, introduction. They just be like, the accent, Argentine accent is so hot, dude. I'm hearing the girls walking by, going to the club. It's crazy because right now, chat, that's insane. This is the insane thing. Like that, this is the insane thing is that now it's 12:30 and people are barely getting to the club. Like this is the time where the club opens. These are people that are early. These people are early. Just so you know, they're early. Okay, they're walking to the club. The club's not popping till like 1:30 in the morning. That's when it gets popping. People don't leave the club until like 5. 5 people start to leave the club. People last until like 7 in the morning. It's like insane. I would not be able to. I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest way to do this. So here's a new one. Right? I'm just gonna read it. Okay, I'm trying to. So hey there, I'm Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? Stick around. I'll show you. Making more. I want to say like making more. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Here, let's try this. So obviously, let's see what it says. Hey, it's Giovanni. Think your traditional job application is safe? Think again. There's a storm brewing, and I've seen the warning signs. Join me as I uncover why the world as you know it is about to shift and how my roller coaster journey might just be the blueprint you need to navigate it. The rest of the script, better than, plus I'll walk you through my whirlwind of a journey. I feel like a script is just not who I am. It's not from the heart. So I'm gonna keep the beginning. Is it my girl? Damn, it's not. Say yes. Keep the intro for the script. However, for the rest of the script, I don't feel comfortable trying to memorize the script. So instead, can you break the sections into talking points so that I can kind of just glance over while I'm recording and quickly like know what to talk about? So you didn't listen. Storm brewing. Journey so far. Within too concise. Okay, storm brewing, traditional job applications, world's changing. Okay, so we'll just keep the same. I think the intro is like the most important part. And then once they click on that and I show them like what it is, the humble beginnings. Start with drop shipping, decent money, but not life changing. Transition to door-to-door sales, selling water heaters. Surprise twist into marketing. Watch closely with working closely with the CEO and director. Damn, you know what? If I had like alcohol, it'd be lit. Dude, forgive me, Father, for I'm about to sin this. Oh, how much alcohol do I have? Oh, I don't have anything. No, I don't have any. All right, so I'm gonna record, so I can't have the display here. So I'm gonna, sorry guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna free up space first. I just wanna make sure. today. Wait, I need to make sure that remember broken handle .mov. Can it handle .mov? Wait, is this 20? Okay, 2024. I think it can, right? The script. I don't feel comfortable trying to memorize the script. So instead, can you break the sections into talking points? Journey, so on that, and they show them like what it is. The humble beginnings. Start with drop shipping, decent money, but not life changing. Transition to door-to-door sales, selling water heaters. Surprise twist into marketing. Watch closely with working closely with the CEO director. I feel like it's not. The quality isn't what I'm seeing. Like alcohol, be lit. Forgive me, Father, for I'm about to sin this. Oh, why do I look so tired? Yo, I'm ugly. Yeah, I just realized. Oh, damn. So it works. So we can just the thing is that so that was here recording. Advanced use OBS settings. Obviously, it's not going to work right now. Okay, hold on. Ah, damn. It's just I have to end the stream in order to get good. Or else I could just chop up this. Chop up this video. Like download it and then. How do the streams look? Does it look better than. I can tell the quality. Actually, wait, I have it right here. That's way better, bro. What the fuck? Hell yeah, that's way better. Yo, I'm streaming. Awesome. Wait, actually, hold on. That's because that was Wait, I need to record. This is a test. Okay, hold on. I need to go back now. Actually, I don't need to open OBS. I just need to check to see. Today, 12:40. This is a test. No, this is good. It's good quality. No, this is really good quality. No, it's good. It's good. Okay, okay, cool, cool. So I can just record. Delete this. Trash. Okay, cool. Why am I so scared to pull the trigger, dude? Okay. Ready? It's even hyperlinked to. Oh, that's funny. Um, I feel like the intro and conclusion should be start now, embrace the chaos, the challenges, and most importantly, your story. And hey, let's ride this journey together. Catch you on the flip side. Okay, so using GTN's website. And the concept of. All right, let's talk GTMLabs.io. This is my baby. In this crazy attention economy, it's all about standing out, right? And what better way to do it than with a unique productized service in product marketing? But here's the kicker. I see a storm coming, a student loan bubble. And while I don't have a crystal ball, I believe in community. I dream of a world where kick-ass marketers unite, learn, and grow. It's just not, it's not telling a story. It's more like a pitch. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna get rid of all of that in the beginning. Humble beginnings. Yeah, everything from humble beginnings to. So, okay. Vision, challenges, digital nomads, humble beginnings. Boom. I feel like there's some sections, or at the very least, some bullet points that we're missing. I feel like when I answered your questions, I give a lot of information, and yeah, I want to make sure that we're not missing anything. Can you recheck? More coffee. We've never been with a baddie. What did it say? You know what? I'm actually really proud of myself because I'm in Argentina, in Palermo, which is like, think of like Hollywood, right? I'm in literally the middle of like three clubs. People, drunk girls walking down the street yelling, dudes ready to fucking go crazy. And I'm sitting here with no alcohol, working on working on stuff here, getting work done, and I'm in sweats. Bro, I'm literally in sweats, and I'm fighting the urge to not go buy alcohol, go down the street, literally down the street, like on the same block, go into the club, try to pick up chicks, bring them back to my house. The urge of, dude, it's so crazy. I used to drive like 40 minutes to do this in LA. And I'm literally like on the same block of like three different clubs. And it's easier here than it is in LA. Like logistics are perfect. Dude, this is like discipline. This is discipline right here. I'm actually proud of myself. I'm legitly proud of myself. It should be like this. What the fuck? Actually, I have a good idea. Instead of it being, actually, I have a better idea. Instead of it just being bullet points and like talking points, can you rephrase these as questions to get me in the mind like I'm being interviewed, and it just comes out more casual. That way I can answer the questions and like really think about the questions and then answer it. I think having it phrased as a question instead of a bullet point would help me a lot. I think I'm starting to learn a lot about myself because when I'm looking at these bullet points, I'm like, I don't know where to start. But I feel like if I just read it as a question, my mind just thinks about it differently. All right, time to ramble, bro. All right, let's just get through this fucking bullshit. Oh, dude, I gotta stop cussing. This is not corporate friendly. What if this is my personal channel? Oh, by the way, I got my first podcast. What do you call the people? A guest. I got my first podcast guest, which is exciting. Next Thursday, I'm going to have a. I have to come up with the questions. I mean, luckily I have the page and everything. It looks legit, and I actually got praised on the landing page for the podcast. So I'm really excited about that. So I it's confirmed. We have the date. We have the time. There's no going back now. Like this is actually happening. Like things are starting to move forward, which is insane, and I'm really excited. But I'm also kind of scared because like there's no turning back. Like once I publish that podcast and everyone knows like what I'm doing, it's like I feel like eyes are gonna be on me, and I can't quit. Like I gotta keep this thing going. I probably should have built like a list of guests for at least like a month. So like 4 to 5 guests, but it is what it is. All right, let's get this. Why am I so nervous? Okay. Screw it. Okay. Giovanni's journey from door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. From door salesman to digital fuck, dude. Yo, this is funny. From door salesman to digital entrepreneur. Fuck. Yo, I can't even do the title right. From door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. Yo, what's up? So my name is Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? So I'm Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? So stick around and I'll show you why. Plus, I'll walk you through my whirlwind of a journey from selling the most mundane products to chasing sunsets and dreams across the continent. I can't remember. How do you remember all these things? Sup, I'm Giovanni. Have you ever wondered why traditional marketing... Sup, I'm Giovanni. Have you ever wondered why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? Stick around. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to tell you why. Plus, I'll walk you through my whirlwind journey from selling the most mundane products to chasing rainbows and sunsets across different continents. So one thing I'm learning is I gotta pause more. That way I have time to cut. I'm thinking about that edit in the future. All right. So from here, I'm just gonna go crazy. All right, cool. From humble beginnings. So how did you first delve into the world of marketing? So I first got my start in marketing when I was doing drop shipping. So maybe a lot of you here can remember or can relate to that. I got into drop shipping. One of the first products I was selling was these magnetic eyelashes, and it was actually making money. I was making profits, but it wasn't enough profit to live a good life. It wasn't enough to cover my expenses. So I still had to supplicate that. So I ended up getting another job in being a door-to-door salesperson. So luckily I had friends working in the industry and they hooked up with a job. So we would all of us go door knocking, and we're selling water filtration systems, legit water filtration systems and water heaters. Not the sexiest thing to sell, but it was something to sell. And it's funny because the way I measured success was how many times I can go into the house and get offered food. So there's a lot of times where I'd in a week I'd join a family for dinner. So I would door knock in the morning. I'd hit them up, or I'd go. So I would door knock in the morning, and one of the houses would be a Hispanic family. Dude, for Hispanic people are super generous. Maybe it's because I could speak the language too. But I'd knock, and I would talk to them, try to sell them the filtration system or the water heater, and we would connect on a really deep level where they would invite me to a family function the following Saturday. So for me, obviously I wasn't selling a lot and my priorities were kind of mixed up. So what ended up happening was I got switched over from sales because I was so terrible at selling to marketing, and there was no marketing department there at the company. So it was a team of one, which is me. So I worked very closely with the CEO and also the director of sales. And because I came from the sales team, I had a good relationship with the sales team and the sales director. So I joined the sales meetings frequently, even though I was technically marketing now. And so from there, that was really where I got my start in product marketing. It was an actual physical product that we're selling. We're selling water filtration systems and also water heaters. This was commercially, so this was to people. We eventually made a switch to B2B, but that's a different story. And so a lot of my tasks in my day-to-days were creating assets like one-pagers, objection handling sheets, trainings, presentations. I would assist the director with presentations as well. And on the marketing side, I'm creating flyers, things that the sales people can use like on the actual field that includes pricing and like the features and benefits and things like that. And so that's really product marketing on the B2C side. However, I got my start in product marketing B2B in tech when I was working at Unitas, and then from there CoSenses. So how did my early interactions in marketing shape my career? I think my early interactions with marketing in terms of drop shipping shaped my career because I got really used to testing a lot of different things and coming up with like the craziest ideas, because you're always thinking about, okay, this ad set, this ad campaign is going to die eventually, so I need to come up with like a new idea, something innovative, something creative. And so I'm always thinking big, but then always thinking of like, okay, how can I refine this and how do I test it and how do I get my emotions out of it? So, and that's what really marketing is all about. Marketing is just it's just you have an idea, you turn it into a hypothesis, and you test on it, and you have certain metrics for testing. And if that test fails, then you get rid of it and you try something else. So you move quickly, move agile, but remain true to, or try to refrain from having your emotions in it. So I think that's definitely how. So my early beginnings in marketing, that's how it's shaped it. Coming from B2C and selling products is really how my marketing has shaped. The digital nomad lifestyle. So why is travel such an integral part of my life and coping mechanism? So when I was working at this company, the B2C company selling water filtration systems and water heaters, this was in LA. So at the time, I was living basically in Irvine and commuting 2 hours to LAX essentially. And then at 5 o'clock, I drive all the way back to Irvine, which is another 2 hours. So you can imagine, a 4 hour commute Monday through Friday is not something that I would wish upon anyone, but it's something that I needed to do to pay the bills. But it's something I needed to do. And so when I first got into, I'd say, tech B2B product marketing, I was lucky enough for that role to be remote. And because it was remote, at the time I was living in San Jose, which is super expensive. I would not recommend well, I've had fun times there, so I can't really say anything bad about it. But that's really where I got my chance to work remote. I had some things happen to me in my life that caused me to leave San Jose. And because I was I was in a dark time. And so I used traveling as a coping mechanism, if you will. And so I traveled to Guatemala. And at this time, I didn't have a job. I've already left Unitas at this time. And so I was traveling without a job in Guatemala. And that's where I ended up meeting a product manager who was also unemployed and traveling throughout Latin America. And so since we were both unemployed and we were essentially, it's the same role. It's so similar in function that we got along quickly. And shout out to Bernard if you watch this. And we were like, well, money's gonna run out, so might as well apply. And our roles are so similar. I feel like we could really benefit from working together to try to land a job. And so that's what we did. So Monday through Friday, we were literally in this like Selena co-working space and interviewing. Like we would have like anywhere from like 3 to 5 to 6 job interviews per day, Monday through Friday. This was back in 2021 where like there was a huge boom still of like a lot of jobs. And so landing interviews wasn't an issue. The issue was landing the job because there was so much competition back then as well. So the issue wasn't getting a job interview, it was getting a landing the job. And so, he would go into and there's like two booths in the Selena co-working. So he'd go in and then when he would come out, we like debrief on the job interview, like what went right, what went wrong. And then I would go in and then I'd come out, we debrief. And so it was fun times. It was strictly just applying to jobs, reflecting on what worked, what didn't work, writing it down on a document. We had like a working document on like procedures, like SOPs, and everything. And the thing is that like the job application process now is completely insane because it's all automated. If you're not using a software to automate your job application, there are people out there that have an application that will auto apply on LinkedIn 750 times per day. So they're outlapping you in that regard. That's why it was so easy for me and him to land job interviews because we were using the software and we're sending out like 100 to 200 applications per day. So that's one thing. And the thing is, I truly believe that if you really want to have like your mindset change and you really want to like just propel yourself into the next phase of your life, traveling is such a great motivator to do that. You could look at it as an escape. There's a quote that I like that really hit me hard before I made the plunge and went to Guatemala was, wherever you go, there you are. Which basically means if you're sad in LA and you travel to Japan, you're just gonna be sad in Japan. And that was really demotivating to go to Guatemala. But I said, fuck it, I'm still going. I'm still going. And so I still went to Guatemala. So, and the thing is that when I was in Guatemala, because Antigua is so small, there's only so much to do there. You can do the same thing, or you can do everything in a week. So I would recommend going to a place that's kind of small, like a getaway, kind of honeymoon kind of in a place where it's not distracting and just really focus on what you set to do. I got really lucky because I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I needed to do, but I got lucky where I met a person that was on basically the same life situation as me. And we came to the conclusion like, well, is it just by chance we met each other? Basically the same function, both unemployed, might as well just help each other out and get a job. So I got lucky, and because we were motivating each other, that's why it was so easy to land a job. We landed a job within like a month of trying, like legitimately trying in all those interviews within a month, which is insane to think about because normally it takes like, for me, it takes like 6 to 8 months, like seven months around there. And so I definitely recommend going to a place and traveling if you really want to focus and do like a sprint of just deep focus, deep work, and to propel you into the next phase of your life. Traveling has changed my mindset and identity, and I truly recommend traveling as like sprints, because when I mean sprints, I mean traveling to a place for at least a month, at least 4 weeks, preferably 2 weeks, because at least 4 weeks. I highly recommend traveling at least for 4 weeks, preferably 2 months, because in those 2 months, that gives you enough time to set habits. When you travel to a new destination where no one knows who you are, you may not even speak the language, you can be whoever you want to be, which is really important because The first thing you need to do, if you really want to change your life, is you need to change your identity. When you change your identity, you change how you think. When you change how you think, you change how you act. When you change how you act, you change who you are as a person. When I went to Guadalajara, I declared out loud and said, I'm an athlete. I was in Guadalajara for 2 months. And what did I do as an athlete? I trained Monday through Sunday. Sunday was my active day rest off, but I never missed a day. I changed my identity by declaring out into the world, which changed my actions. I focused on I focused truly on what I was eating, my health, and I truly believed that I was an athlete. I was doing new workouts that I've never done before that were for athletes, pro football players, pro soccer players. I truly changed who I was. And so I really recommend traveling because it changes your identity and changes your mindset completely, 100%. The problem with traveling is as follows: time zones. Time zones, meetings, work-life balance on the move it's kind of tricky. You can put this in two categories. If you work at 9 to 5 and if you're your own boss, freelancer, entrepreneur, contractor, whatever it may be. If you're on the freelancer side, you have more leeway. Don't worry too much about it. As long as you're communicative, you pretty much if you're not working in Asia, you don't have to worry about it. When you are working at 9 to 5, you also have to be wary of the company and the proprietary data. If you're dealing with a lot of like PHI, which is like personal health information or sensitive data, government data, you probably won't be able to travel out of the US unless it's an actual time off request. However, if you're barring that and you work at a regular kind of 9 to 5 and it's remote, it's truly remote, then the only thing you have to worry about is meetings, because what sucks is sometimes you'll have meetings that are a little earlier, sometimes you'll have meetings that are really late. I try to travel to places that are really aligned really closely with New York. That way, if your teammates are in New York and let's say you're in Argentina like I am right now, you're just 1 hour ahead of New York, which means when I wake up at 9 in New York, it's 8 in the morning. So instead of me waking up in LA and I'm 3 hours behind. So pros and cons, just be very communicative. You know, there's a Slack channel, but be sure that you're communicating on Slack like a week prior to traveling. I would also recommend letting your manager know a month in advance. And then a week prior to traveling, post it in a Slack for the whole company or just your team to know. And then also update your Google Calendar to make sure like you block off days on your travel. So the day of your airplane, block that off, request that day off, and then the day you land, and maybe even the day after, just to get settled. Trust me, just take the day off. Get settled, get like the Wi-Fi figured out, get all your luggage in. Like you don't want to deal with like last minute hiccups. Just trust me on that. Just take a day out, the next day off. Even if everything works out, you have the day to yourself. Go out, explore it. Maybe just go to a cafe, drink some coffee, hit on some beautiful girls. I'm just kidding, or dudes. Just kidding. But yeah, that's how I would scope that out. Also, I have a gripe with work-life balance. Most people, they have a 9 to 5 where they drive to a place that they don't want to drive to, sit at the place that they don't want to be at, communicate with people they don't want to work with, right? Right now, I am in a place where I can go anywhere in the world that I want to. I choose to stay in Latin America for certain reasons because I speak Spanish. It's just more convenient for me. I don't believe in work-life balance. I truly, I truly don't. I just see it as a way to complain. Perspective. Let's put things into perspective. I went to university. You probably went to university. I'll speak for myself. I went to university and I'm in debt. I paid to go to an institution that gave me homework to take home. And I said, yes, please, thank you. And now that someone's paying me to do work, I'm complaining because I'm taking home work with me? How does that make sense? Someone's paying you to do work and you're complaining. You're taking home work with you. Meanwhile, you went into debt. You went into debt. And you never complained about taking home work with you. Or maybe you did. I don't know. But put things in perspective. So I don't really care about work-life balance as a digital nomad or working remote because the trade-off is you get to work wherever you want. So who cares if you're working on a Saturday at a coffee shop in Benediv's or I don't know. I don't even know. So who cares if you're working at a coffee shop in Romania? What the fuck did I say Romania? That's like one of the worst places to be. So who cares if you're working? So who cares if you're working at a coffee shop on a Saturday in Japan? You're in Japan. Beats traveling 2 hours back and forth in LA. Okay, so put things into perspective. I don't care about work-life balance. Give me more work. Plus, what I'm doing right now is work. It's a Saturday, 1 a.m, and I'm working. The moment my eyes open to the moment my eyes close, I am working. I do not complain. It's just who I am. You shouldn't either. Stop complaining. You're not a victim. Why am I scolding people? So that's my take on work-life balance. I think it's complete and utter. Just don't complain. Work-life balance. Find ways to enjoy things that you don't like to do. That's discipline. Discipline is doing things that you don't like doing, but pretending you like to do them. So pretend you like to do it. Do I need to hurry up? This is taking too long. What are some of the challenges you faced in the traditional job application process? So some of the challenges that I faced in the traditional job application process is that for me, when you're applying, I'm a product marketing manager. So I'm applying. The process for a job, for a product marketing manager is anywhere from 4 to 6, 7 meetings plus a take-home exam or an assessment or a project. And I've had this happen time after time after time where I'm in the 4th round interview. I get the take-home project. I pass it. I interview with let's say the VP or the CTO, and then I interview with the CEO. And at the very last interview process or phase, they choose the other candidate. 7 rounds of interview. That took about a month and a half. And they passed me up. That can get super unmotivating to continue and have this happen back after back after back. And I'm sitting there wondering, what am I doing wrong? Obviously, there's something that I'm doing wrong because it's a competition and someone beat me. So where is the performance issue? Where am I missing the mark? Where is this gap that I need to fill to improve so I can beat the next person? And so I've come to the realization So I've come to the realization that this traditional job application process is outdated. We live in an attention economy where attention is currency, and the ones that can obtain attention, where the ones that can obtain attention win. Think about it from like a marketing perspective. You have your outbound marketing, you have your inbound marketing. Which one's the outbound? What's the inbound? Outbound marketing is sending your application, waiting for someone to call you back, going through the process, getting denied. Inbound marketing is creating content, blog posts, having a website, some kind of portfolio, making videos, writing, posting on LinkedIn. That's inbound marketing. Right now, I truly believe that the ones that are going to get ahead in this application process and in the future are the ones that are focusing more on inbound than outbound. But the problem is, and why it's so hard, is because, personally for me, I have a lot of insecurities with posting, with creating content, believing that it's not good enough. I'm scared to post on LinkedIn. I'm scared to make videos and post on LinkedIn. I'm scared to even publish written articles, or even just publish written like a 4-sentence post on LinkedIn. It scares me. I'm scared of getting judged. So how do I overcome these insecurities? I haven't. I haven't. I'm still scared. I'm just in a position where I'm tired of interviewing so many times and getting passed over and wondering, what if I had more attention on me? What if I had more eyeballs? What if I had more eyeballs on me? What if I had a following? What if that following turned into or attributed or equated to, what if that following equated to trust and brand and recognition? So those are my insecurities. So how do I overcome these insecurities? Honestly, I haven't. I haven't overcome these insecurities. I'm just getting more comfortable in front of the camera. I'm live streaming mostly every single day to my YouTube channel that has like 40 followers that followed me for posting music videos like 10 years ago, that are probably wondering, what is this dude doing? Like, I'm still insecure. I still have these fears. I'm just in a position where I'm just kind of tired of going 7 interviews and then getting rejected. And so I am in a position where, going back to marketing. What is marketing? Multiple different tests, quick, fast, what's working, focus on what's working, forget what's not working, double down on what's working. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I can't expect to do the same thing, which is outbound marketing, and achieve different results. I'd rather just focus on something new, test this, and if it does work, then it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't work. And that's why I believe that personal branding is so important, because you're starting to see this shift from the real world going into the online world. 10 years ago, you didn't have kids streaming day in the life of a college student, day in the life of a USC student, day in the life of a UCLA student, dorm run or library run. Like these weren't videos, these weren't TikToks happening 10 years ago, but now they are. Now you're starting to see this, the real world and the online world merge. So I believe that in the next few years, we're going to see the corporate world and the real world merge together. Sorry, the corporate world and the online world merge together. I predict that they're going to be corporate streamers, people working a 9 to 5 job, streaming themselves working for 8 hours a day. They're going to be making money while they're making money, if that makes sense. One of my predictions. And so I believe the future is online. I believe the future is in live streaming. It's in creating content. It's in garnering and gathering attention. And then yeah, those that can do that are going to be the ones that end up on top. Also, to another reason why I'm focusing on another reason why traditional marketing isn't going to work out in the long term is because of the following. I predict that there's going to be an economic downturn in the near future, probably 2024. We won't probably feel it until 2025. And it's going to be the same magnitude as in 2008. I believe that we have a bubble, and that bubble is student loan debt. If you think about in 2008, what ended up happening, and I'm not an analyst, I'm a really dumb dude. Like, I'm just regurgitating information. Essentially, for what I heard, all right, a little birdie told me that in 2008, you had like two institutions. I think it was like the bank, and the bank was lending out money to to people, and they felt okay with lending to people that couldn't afford to pay it back because you had institutions like mortgage brokers that would buy these debts, chop it up, and then put a premium on these chopped up debts and then resell it or something at a higher cost. And that's what's happening right now with student loan debt. You have the banks giving money out to institutions like the universities or like students to pay for universities when they can't afford it, when they literally have zero income. And then you have student loan brokers or insurance companies or some kind of companies that buy that debt. Like if you went to school, you know who you're paying your loans to, right? Those are the people that buy the debt, price it at a higher markup where they can make a profit, and have you pay them directly, not pay the schools. Think about that. You went to a university. Why aren't you paying the university back? Why are you paying this like Kelly something blah blah blah? That doesn't make any sense. So I believe we're in a bubble. I believe that not a lot of people that are in debt are paying back their student loans. I believe that bubble's gonna pop, and we're gonna see some interesting results in 2020, late 2024 to 2025. And so that's why I truly believe that the people that are gonna have the higher chance of finding a job when shit hits the fan are gonna be the people that already have attention on them. And that's really the reason why I'm starting this whole journey, like documenting my journey as a product marketing manager. Because look, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to claim to be the expert of go-to-market process or strategies or product launches or messaging or competitive intelligence. There's people that run circles around me. There's people that have been in this game for decades, right? I'm new to this game. And I just want to document the process and my journey as someone that's coming in new, because I'm sure there's lots of people that are coming in new, and I'm pretty sure they're not documenting their journey. And I know for a fact that there are people that have 20 plus years of experience as a product marketing manager that are wishing they would have recorded their journey when they first started. And to see that change and that progress and that growth is something that's just, it's just, it's amazing. That's what I really want to aim for, is I want to document my journey and just in 10 years to see how much I've grown, how much I've learned. And so that's why I'm doing gtmlabs.io. It's really a portfolio. It's really for me to hold myself accountable and to see myself grow over time. And along the journey, I want to bring those that I've met along the way that have taught me what I know now and give back to them at some capacity. So how does GTM.io differentiate itself in today's attention market? So GTMlabs.io is essentially product marketing as a service, but offered as a product. What that means is if you're a startup company and you go to gtmlabs.io, you can, without talking to me, purchase the product that is my knowledge, my experience as a product marketing manager. And if you need help with lead generation or competitive intelligence or launching products or strategic partnerships or how to communicate feature releases, you get that right out of the gate. There is no need to talk to me. There's no back and forth. There's no discovery call. Well, there is, but that's after you pay, and that's more of like what is your business? What are you launching? What's the roadmap? Who's on your team? Like that's really the conversation we're going to be having. So that's what GTM Labs is. It's a different approach. It's something meant to really supplicate and supplement startup companies that may not have the budget to fully hire a product marketing manager, or a company that maybe their product marketing manager is going on paternity leave or maternity leave, and they need someone very quickly to fill in that gap until that person comes back. Or it's also what tends to happen too is what tends to happen. Or what tends to happen is, and this is what happens at a startup company, is you'll have a product person, you have maybe like a digital marketer, and then you have maybe like someone in, I don't know, like a designer. And well, what happened is you'll start to feel the pressure of not having a product marketing manager who can communicate the benefits of the product. And so you'll have 3 different people trying to fill in the role of a product marketing manager. And then it'll get to a point where they're just like, you know what, this is taking away from my own priorities, my own objectives. We need a product marketing manager. And then they'll try to pitch leadership for the role of the product marketing manager. They'll get the budget for it, and then they'll start the hiring process. So that's really the 2 main pain points that I try to solve. And that's what I've seen from communications and talking to, from the dozens and from the hundreds of interviews that I've been on. I always ask, what are some of the marketing challenges that you're currently having? And then what are some of the operational challenges you're currently having that brought on this role? And I hear that time after time after time. And guess what? That's me interviewing to understand the pain point of my personas, right? So doing product marketing while I'm interviewing. Oh, dude, so cringe, so cringe. And so that's really the And where I see gtmlabs.io in 5 years from now is I really wanted to get to a place where I'm at capacity with clients, and I met so many great product marketing managers along the way that have helped me become the product marketing manager that I am, where I can start to make referrals and refer a potential client to one of my friends, my close colleagues, and really start to create a community and a referral system and help the people that have helped me and bring them along for the ride. That's really where I want gtmlabs.io to go. All right. So if you stuck around this long, all right. If you stuck around, all right. If you stuck around this long, here are the big takeaways. Start now, embrace the challenges, start now, embrace the chaos, embrace the challenge, and most importantly, your story. And hey, let's ride this journey together. Catch you on the flip side. Yo, first video done. Boca, 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 boca. Oh, yelling outside, bro. Let's go. Damn. I ain't never been with a baddie. All right. I'm gonna restroom. Oh no. That worked. I'll be right back. Oh, the chicks are just heading outside. You see me? I'm not in the line. Honestly, I feel like just like going down there sober and just being like, "Hola, tienes novio?" No, no, actually, no, no. You know what? You know, be like the thing to say. The thing to say would be, okay. So imagine just down there, a street corner. There's a club, and then to the left of the corner over here, there's another club, and then a block down from here, there's like two more clubs that are across from each other. And so, just by going down to the corner here, there's a bunch of people, a bunch of girls. And so the thing to do is to go down there and just act like so lost and confused, so lost and be like, or, and by lost, I mean like, oh, donde está, and throw in the accent too, because without the accent, I mean, I still have an accent when I try not to have an accent, but if you throw that American accent, then it's like, oh, American money, oh, okay. But if I try to speak normally in Spanish, they can tell I have an accent, but they're like, where are you from? And they'll be like, I'll be like, where do you think I am from? And they'll be like, damn, I don't know, I can't tell. But when I throw them the accent, they're like, oh, you sound American. But the thing to do is just go up to some girl and be like, just go up to the girl and be like, let me guess. I'm translating, right? Let me guess. You don't have a boyfriend. And then she'll be like, oh, no. I'd be like, good. And then just introduce yourself. And be like, what? My go-to is always like, what are you celebrating? Or like usually with a group, right? What are you guys celebrating? But that's the thing. We have our first video. Should we keep recording? Or I mean, not recording, but like, should we keep doing projects? Okay, I can share my screen now. So check this out. This is a script, right? So I found that for me, it's more helpful I think for me personally, it's to rephrase that as a question. Rephrase it as a question. Have like the intro kind of like prepared and read that word for word, because that's what's really important. I think once you link the gap between what the intro is and then the body of the video, and then showing and displaying that like what you promised in the beginning of the video, which is like your first sentence or two, and the rest of the video match up, and you're committing to that promise, I think it's all good. But rephrasing it as a question really helps my mind dig deep into answering. Because if I were just read bullet points, I'm like, what am I supposed to say here? My mind's thinking like, what am I supposed to say? It's thinking about like memorization. But when I read it as a question, it's like, let me think about this question. Coming down, like, I don't know, it's just different. I don't know if it's a mind hack, or I don't know if this is something people have like noticed, or, but yeah, it's crazy. I want to see what other videos can we do. So like, I have this here, and then we can turn how I'm launching my product. Oh, it's here. Here's a subtask. So how I'm launching my productized service. Build some kind of lead magnet. Already have that, right? Like the templates, create GTM ads for promotion in video. That's right, dude. I have to create an ad so that in the podcast, either in the beginning or in the middle or at the end, I have ads and I'm placing my own ads in my video. I don't have sponsors, right? But I can always position the podcast as like, oh yeah, we had a sponsor from Crayon, which is a competitive intelligence platform, but we turned them down because I truly believe in the brand of GTM Labs. Develop B-roll. This is interesting. This is gonna be interesting. How I am launching my first productized service. I wonder like if that's a good way to do videos. Do people really script their videos? I feel like for some, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just focus on creating my first video. All right, let's move this over here. Let's just focus on this. And hold on, I need to focus on the workspace is editing. Oh shit. What the? Wait, why do I have two? Okay, it's still in. I mean, editing should be like here. Oh, I think I know why. Okay, so I just need to upload. Well, first off, let me delete this. It's useless. That too, that too, that too. Awesome. Okay, so now we have to. Come on now. Downloads. And it should be this big ass file right here. God damn. Okay. Carry it over here. So it. Oh my gosh. How the fuck do you zoom in? Bro, what? Oh, there it is. Options. What does this do? There's no way someone's throwing up. There's no way. What the fuck? Yo, someone's puking. Yo, someone's puking. Do you hear that? Okay. Wait, hold on. This needs to be. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. 1920 and 80. And then 38. I think everything looks good to me. 25, yeah. Race to chaos. Race to. No, no, there's no way. You're telling me that I did all of that work. There's no. No. There's no fucking way I did all that work just so it's in the wrong size. Oh, thank God, this isn't the right one. Hold on. I got scared, dude. I got scared. Yo, I got scared. Yo, I got scared. Okay. No, it's right. What the fuck? Screw it, okay. To work wherever you want. So who cares if you're. Okay, so it's definitely. Most importantly. No, something's not right here. Something's just not right. You know what? Here, to make things easier, let's just go back. New project. We can leave that there. This one is called. Okay, so. So, what was I doing? What was this called? I was just calling my journey. It doesn't really matter. Create, and copy. So this is the one right here. Create. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Let's go. We're in business. I don't know what's going on, but it's fixed now. Screw it. Okay. Okay, I know there's a way to like. Shoot, hold on. I'm trying to see, because I know we can edit. Oh, right here. A new caption track. What the fuck? I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know. Ah, dude, and I hate to just keep watching tutorials. I guess we could just do the old school, right? Wait, how do I? Uh, Screw it. Okay. Johnny's journey from door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. From door salesman from door salesman to digital dope. Yo, this is funny. From door salesman to digital entrepreneur. Fuck. Yo, I can't even do it. From entrepreneur. This is too funny, dude. From door salesman to from door. Yo, there's a lag. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me. Maybe it's that. Even if there is a lag, I can fix it with the audio. Shouldn't really matter. Taking a while. I think this is the reason why. I hope it's not actually laggy. Let me check my phone actually on the past streams. Oh yeah, I forgot. YouTube. I don't think there is because I've been checking my streams. It's not something that stood out. Oh, I'm streaming. Awesome. So today we're focus on new way it to kind of is actually SEO. So for all those that are joining, I'm in the process of learning SEO. The reason why I'm focusing on SEO is because SEO is completely to do. ChatGPT. Oh shoot. That brings a new problem to solve. Let's see. OBS audio not sync.
Sync up an audio and a video source in OBS Studio. Be sure to add a video source and an audio source first. You probably already did that, and you checked out your recording or stream, and they aren't lined up perfectly. As you can see, my face here in the center section of the screen right now is off, and in a recording later I may need to sync that up. How do you fix that issue? Live in OBS. It's quite easy. What you'll do is find the gear cog here under the audio mixer in OBS Studio.
Okay. Audio, wait, what? I don't have that. Oh, here it is. Okay.
You'll click that gear cog. It'll pull up this menu, and Advanced Audio Properties is where you'll want to go. It'll pull up this menu, and what you'll do is you will figure out whether your video is ahead or your audio is ahead in your recording. You'll need to review that recording in your editor or play it back on your computer, but whichever one is ahead, that's the one you're going to want to sync offset. So what does that mean? So let's say your audio is ahead, which is most common, because audio uses less data than video, so it goes faster. So if your audio is happening before you see the corresponding video, you can slow down the audio by adding a sync offset to it. So let's say, for example, 1/10 of a second is about where the delay is when you watch it. You type in 100 milliseconds, that's 1/10 of a second, then you can do a test recording by clicking the record button down here and see if that fixed your sync. If that didn't, let's say you needed to slow it down even more, you go back to the sync offset menu and you'll crank up the offset. Let's say you wanted to slow it down by a half of a second. You type in 500 milliseconds right here, it slows down your audio by a half a second. You would then go record and go check.
Okay. Let's try this. So, is it the same for? Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. Let's see. Test. Test. All right. Let's see how it works. Test. So my audio was ahead. That's super off. What the? Even worse than before. Okay. Test. 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 What?
Video is ahead, or your audio is ahead in your recording. You'll need to
My audio's ahead.
review that recording in your editor or play it back on your computer. But whichever one is ahead, that's the one you're going to want to sync offset. So what does that mean? So let's say your audio is ahead, which is most
Oh, okay.
common because audio uses less data than video, so it goes faster. So if your audio is happening before you see the corresponding video, you can slow down the audio by adding a sync offset to it. So let's say, for example, 1/10 of a second is about where the delay is when you watch it. You type it.
Wait. So why did it? Test. 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 Good. Perfect. Test. Test. I mean, it's like kind of off, but it's like pretty. It's still like super close though. Super close. So I need to let's see. Maybe it's like 600. Test. Test. All right. I feel like this should be it. Test. Test. That's basically it, bro. Like, perfect. Okay, so 600. Delete all of these right here. Perfect. Okay. No more delays, son. Oh, so we are wondering like, okay, wait, why is there delay? So we learned that. Okay, so let's go back to here. And so what we have to do now is we have to unlink this. Because the audio's off and we gotta zoom in. The audio's delayed, so we gotta like push it back. Johnny's journey from door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. Door salesman. Okay, wait, hold on. Boom. So let's unlink this, and then we'll from 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 door salesman to from door salesman to digital don't think that. Yo, this is funny. Ah. Johnny's journey from doors salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. From door salesman to from so here. Oh, oops. So we'll link it back now. Link. And then boom. From door sell. And then this will from door salesman to digital don't. Yo, this is funny. From Yo, I can't even do the title word. There you go. I'm gonna save that for later. From door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. Yo, what's up? So my name is Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore?
Oh,
So I'm Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? So stick around and I'll show you why. Plus, I'll walk you through my work. So stick around. Job applications. From door salesman to digital nomad entrepreneur. Yo, what's up? Yo.
oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yo, what's up? So my name is Giovanni. What's up? So my name is Giovanni. Giovanni. Ever wonder why? Ever ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? So I'm Giovanni. So I'm Giovanni. Ever wonder why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? More? So stick around and I'll show you why. Plus, I'll walk you through my whirlwind of a journey from selling the most mundane products, chasing sunsets, and dreams across the continent. I can't remember. How do you remember all these things?
Yo.
Sup, I'm Giovanni. Sup, I'm Giovanni. Have you ever wondered why traditional marketing? Sup, I'm Giovanni. Sup, I'm Giovanni. Have you ever wondered why traditional job applications just don't cut it anymore? Applications just don't cut it anymore. Stick around. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Plus, I'll walk you through my whirlwind journey from selling the most journey from selling the most mundane products to chasing rainbows and sunsets across different continents. One thing I'm learning is I gotta like pause more. That way I have time to like cut. I'm thinking about like edit in the future. All right. So from here, I'm just gonna go crazy. All right, cool. From humble beginnings. So, how did you first delve into the world of marketing? Rainbows and sunsets across different continents. So I first got my start in marketing when I was doing drop shipping. So maybe a lot of you here or can remember or can relate to that. I got into drop shipping. One of the first products I was selling was these magnetic eyelashes, and it was generating, actually making money. Like I was making profits, but it wasn't enough profit to live a good life. It wasn't enough to cover my expenses. So I still had to supplicate that. So I ended up getting another job. Another job. And being being a door-to-door and the job and being a door-to-door salesperson. So luckily, I had friends working in the industry, and they hooked up with a job. So we would all of us go door knocking, and we're selling water filtration systems, like legit water filtration systems and water heaters. Not the sexiest thing to sell, but it was something to sell. And something to sell, but it was something to sell. And but it was something to sell. It's funny because like the way I measured success was how many times we can go into the house and get offered food. These are one of the things that I should probably cut out, kill my darlings, but All right, I'll make some more coffee and keep editing. Get offered food. So there's a lot of times where I did in a week I'd times where I'd a lot of times where I did in a week I'd join a family for dinner. I'd, 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 where I'd a lot of times where so there's a lot of times where I join a family. So there's a lot of times where I join a family for dinner. So I would door knock in the morning. I'd hit them up, or I'd go. So I would door knock in the morning. There's a lot of times where I join a family for dinner. Times where I join a family. Times where I join a family for dinner. I would door knock in the morning, offered food. I would door knock in the morning, and one of the houses would be like a Hispanic. There's a lot of times I join a family for dinner. I would door knock in the morning, and one of the house. So there's a lot of times I would door knock and offered food. Offered food. I would door knock in the morning, and one of the houses would be like a Hispanic family too. Hispanic people are super off, like super generous. Maybe because I can speak the language too. But I'd knock, and I would talk to them, try to sell them the filtration system or the water heater, and we'd get. We would connect on a really deep level where they would invite me to like a family function, like the fall. Get offered food. I would door knock in the morning, and one of the houses would be like a Hispanic family too. Hispanic people are super off, like super generous. Maybe because I can speak the language too.
Fuck.
I would door knock in the morning, and one of the houses would be like in the morning, and one of the houses would be like a Hispanic family too. Hispanic people are super off, like super generous. Maybe because I can speak the language too. But I'd not. But I'd knock. I'd knock. Offered food. I would door knock in the morning. I'd knock, and I would talk. I'd knock. And I would talk to them. I would. I would talk to them, try to sell them the filtration.
What?
Sell them the filtration system or the water heater, and we would. We would connect on a really deep level where they would invite me to like a family function, like the following Saturday. So for me, obviously, so for me, the following Saturday. For me, obviously, I wasn't selling a lot, and my priorities were kind of mixed up. So so what ended up happening was I got. So for me, obviously, I wasn't selling a lot, and Saturday, obviously, I wasn't selling a lot, and my priorities were kind of mixed up. So so what ended up happening was I got switched over. So what ended up happening was I. What happening? What ended up happening? What happening? What happening? What happening? What happening? What? Mixed up. What happening was I got switched over from sales because I was so terrible at selling. Terrible at selling. To because I was so terrible at selling to marketing. and there was no marketing department. To marketing, and there was no marketing department there at the company, so it was a team of one, which is me. So I worked very closely with the CEO and also the director of sales. Because I came from the sales team, I had a good relationship. And because I came from the sales team, I had a good relationship with the sales team and the sales director. So I joined the sales meetings frequently, even though I was technically marketing now. And so from there, that was really where I got my start in product marketing. Technically marketing now. And so marketing now. From there, that was really where I got my start in product marketing. It was an actual physical product that we're selling. We're selling water filtration systems and also water heaters. This was commercially, so this was. So water heaters. This is heater. This is commercial. So this was to people. This was to people. Commercially. Water heaters. So this was water heaters. So this was to people. This was water heaters. This was to people. To people. 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 We eventually made a switch to B2B, but that's a different story. Different story. Different story. And so a lot of my tasks in my day-to-days were creating assets like one-pagers, objection handling sheets, objection handling sheets, training with presentations. I would assist the director with presentations as well. And on the marketing side, I'm creating flyers, things that the sales people can use like on the actual field that includes pricing and like the features and benefits and things like that. And so that's really product marketing on the B2C side. It's really product marketing on the B2C side. However, I got my start in product marketing B2B in tech when I was working at Unitas and then from there Cosensus. From their Cosensus when I was working at Unitas and then from their Cosensus. So how did my early interactions in marketing shape my career? I think my early I think my early my early in early in my early in their consensus. I think my early interactions with marketing in terms of drop shipping shaped my career because I got really used to testing a lot of different things and coming up with like the craziest ideas because you're always thinking about, okay, this ad set, this ad campaign is gonna die eventually, so I need to come up with like a new idea, something innovative, something creative. And so creative. And so I'm always thinking big, but then always thinking like, okay, how can I refine this and how do I test it? How do I get my emotions out of it? So, and that's what really marketing is all and that's what really marketing is all about. Marketing is just a bunch. Is just you have an idea, you turn it into a hypothesis, and you test on it. And you have certain metrics for test on it. Yeah. Test on it, and you have certain metrics for testing. And if that test fails, then you get rid of it and you try something else. You move quickly, move agile, but remain true to, or try to refrain from having remain agile, but remain true to, or try to try to refrain try to try to agile, but remain agile, but get rid of it and try something else. You move quickly, move agile, but try to refrain from having emotions in it. So I think that's how from having emotions in it. So I think that's that's definitely how that's definitely so I think that's how emotions in it. That's definitely how so that's my early beginnings and early so my agile, but try to refrain from having emotions in it. So my early beginnings in marketing, I think that's how it's shaped it. Coming from I think that's how it's shaped it. Coming from All right, I'm gonna run a test. So I'm gonna try to edit this, and then if not, what I'm gonna do, sorry, I'm gonna edit this by myself, and then I'm also gonna use Gling, that one app, to see the outcome and the performance, and see what's better. marketing, that's how it's beginnings in marketing, that's how it's shaped it. Emotions in it. So my early beginnings in marketing, that's how it's shaped it. Coming from B2C and selling products is really how my marketing has shaped. In it. So my early beginnings in testing, and if that test fails, then you get rid of it and try something else. You move quickly, move agile, but try to refrain from having emotions in it. So my early beginnings in marketing, that's how it's shaped it. Coming from B2C and selling products is really how my marketing has shaped. Digital nomad lifestyle. So why is travel such an integral part of my life and coping mechanism? And coping mechanism. So when I was working beginnings in marketing, that's how it's shaped it. When I was working early, I try to refrain from having emotions in it. Refrain from having emotions in it. When I was working at this company, the B2C company selling water filtration systems and water heaters, this was in LA. So at the time, I was living basically in Irvine and commuting 2 hours to LAX essentially. And then at 5 o'clock, I drive all the way back to Irvine, which is another 2 hours. So you can imagine, a 4-hour commute Monday through Friday is not something that I would wish upon anyone, but it's something that I needed to do. Which I would wish upon anyone, but it's something that I needed to do to pay the bills. It's something I needed to do. I would wish upon anyone. That's something I needed to do. And so when I first got upon anyone, that's something I needed to do. When I first got into, I'd say, tech, B2B product marketing, I was lucky enough for that role to be remote. And because it was remote, at the time I was living in San Jose, which was super expensive. I would not recommend I had fun times there, so. I I can't really say anything bad about it. I'd say tech, B2B product marketing. I was lucky enough for that role to be remote. And because it was remote, at the time I was living in San Jose, which is super expensive. I would not recommend I had fun times there, so I can't really say anything bad about it, but that's really where I got my chance to work remote. Remote. I had some things happen to me. To be remote. I had some things happen to me in my life that caused me to leave San Jose. And because I was I was in a dark time. So, I was in a dark time, and so I used traveling as a coping mechanism, if you will. And so I traveled to Guatemala, and at this time, I didn't have a job. I've already left Unitas at this time. I've already left Unitas at this time. And so I was traveling without at this time. And so I was traveling without a job in Guatemala, and that's where I ended up meeting a product manager who was also unemployed and traveling throughout Latin America. And so, since we were both unemployed, and we were essentially it's the same role. It's so similar in function that we got along quickly. And shout out to Bernard who watched this. And we're like, well, money's gonna run out, so might as well apply. And our roles are so similar. I feel like we could really benefit from working together to try to land a job. And so that's what we did. So Monday through Friday, we were literally in this like Selena co-working space and 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 space interviewing. Like we would have we would have like space interviewing. Like we would have anywhere from like 3 to 5 to 6 job interviews per day, Monday through Friday. This was back in 2020. This was back in 2021, where like there was a huge boom. Like there was a huge boom still. Like there was a huge boom still of like a lot of jobs, and so landing interviews wasn't an issue. The issue was landing the job. There was so much competition back then as well. So the issue wasn't getting a job interview; it was landing the job. And so it was landing the job. Landing interviews wasn't an issue. The issue was landing the job. There was so much competition back then as well. So the issue wasn't getting a job interview; it was landing the job. And so, he would go competition back then as well. He would go in like 2 booths in the Selena co-working, so he'd go in and then when he would come out, we like debrief on the job interview, like what went right, what went wrong, and then I would go in, and then I'd come out, I'd be debrief, and so it was fun times. It was strictly just applying to jobs, reflecting on what worked, what didn't work, writing it down on a document. You have like a working document on like procedure, working document on like document on document on like a working document on procedures like SOPs and everything. And the thing is that like everything. And the thing is that like and everything. The job application process now is completely insane because it's all automated. If you're not using a software to automate your job application, there are people out there that have an application that will auto apply on LinkedIn 750 times per day. So they're outlapping you in that regard. That's why it was so easy for me and him to land job interviews because we were using the software. We're sending out like 100 to 200 applications per day. So that's one thing. The thing is, I truly believe that if you really, it's, I per day. I truly believe that if you really want to have like your mindset changed, and you really want to like just propel yourself into the next phase. Yeah, I'm not eating tomorrow, which I mean today, and I'm not eating Monday. I'm eating Tuesday. Let me see how much money do I have in Atomic. So I have 1.5. Oh, it's atomic. What about Coinbase? Oh yeah. Bro, I talk too much. Holy fuck. Nah, dude, I need to go to sleep. Uh, let's see. From door salesman to digital don't. Yo, this is funny. From door salesman, from door salesman to digital entrepreneur. Fuck. Yo, I can't even do the title word. All right, I'm gonna call it. Well, let me actually export this real quick. And then I have all right, my dudes, we're making progress. I think we might get a software once we record. We get like the flow and get better at recording. I think a software might be beneficial. Alrighty, and then all right. Good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. My name is Giovanni, PMM. Go check out gtmlabs.io. Help you on your journey, get more leads, compare and tell. Well, we're still building that up, right? Building the business. And we'll get there. We will get there.